is now recording. Yep, now it's recording. All right, cool. What it is, Matt?
Hello.
Hello.
Said Matt, not Mike. Mike.
I don't know where my mic was.
Oh no, welcome to the Tattered Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch. We got our other host, Mayhem Mike.
Hello.
And we got episode 1 fucking co-host. Yeah, that lasted real long. We got Matt.
Hello.
Matt, why haven't you been on the show?
Because you like to record it late at night and I'm asleep.
You have the coof.
Yeah, and you have the coof. What's been going on, guys?
Not
Well,
much.
the same old thing as always. Work.
Living the dream.
Making the money to be broke.
Well, don't get such an expensive truck then.
I don't have a truck no more, thank you.
Oh, what do you have now?
That RAV.
What? Oh, the RAV. Oh, I almost traded mine in for the RAV recently, and then I was like, no. And then it was almost a CHR, and then I was like, no.
You just bought the damn thing.
I know, but I wanted something with 4-wheel drive because I got stuck in Mike's fucking yard and dug like a fucking 1.5-inch hole.
That's why I don't own anything that don't have some kind of 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive around here.
Or you can learn how to drive.
It has nothing to do with that. Why don't you just not have a muddy yard?
You just don't. Oh yeah, when the ground was frozen, it was muddy.
It was soft as shit. It's not
Okay.
frozen.
Okay.
Put it in sport mode. It'll get you out of there.
I actually didn't try that.
Learn how to do a 3-point turn better.
Fuck you. I always drip down into your thing like that. Never have a fucking problem until it's all so fucking soft and wet.
Don't have snow on it.
What have you been doing, Mike? What have you been playing?
What was that? I was just playing Tenchu before the stream. That was fun.
Tenchu.
Tenchu. Was it Return from Darkness? Pretty fun old ninja game. Better stealth than most games now.
Talking to the mic.
Isn't that game where you gotta like sneak around different levels and wasn't it like a PS1 game?
It's a PS2 game. That was Return from Heaven or Wrath of Heaven? Yeah, Wrath of Heaven is the PS2 and Return from Darkness is the original Xbox one. Yeah, you have to like get a certain amount of assassinations. I forget what happens, but that gives you like a higher rating at the end if you get spotted and whatnot.
What have you been playing, Matt?
Nothing really at the moment. Not since I finished up Ocarina of Time.
Do Master Quest for the 3DS?
I did.
Oh yeah. Loving it so fucking much.
Mitchell had to call and help.
Well, I called him because I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know this puzzle. It's like,
and then I'm trying to.
It's like push all the fucking blocks underneath the floating torches, then go light them on fire. Then go from there, light them on fire, jump up to the next level, light this torch, put it away, beat up a fucking Skolata until it dies, hurry up and light it again before that torch dies out, and light up the other torch. It's like, it was like, whoa.
I didn't even notice that. Was it whenever you fight 2 Skolulas in that one place, or Skolos, or whatever the fuck they are?
Skolatas.
Like, if you don't defeat the one, then the other one comes back to life. I only had that happen once, though. I spammed the shit out of them.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that I haven't played this game since I was like 14.
It also doesn't help that you're playing the Master Quest version too.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's different. Like, I could tell a couple things, like the amounts of enemies in there,
And
but,
the puzzles. Some of them were more ridiculous than they should have been.
Yeah, there's a little bit, bit much.
Does the dungeon still have the same layout, but it's like just messed with?
So Master Quest, the dungeons are the same. The rooms are in all the same locations from the original game.
Okay.
And depending on which version you're playing, but the puzzles are identical for mine and Mitch's version.
Yeah.
So what they did was they added some more puzzles to it and made some of the answers more obscure, kind of like the cow's head's in Jabu Jabu's belly.
Oh yeah. Fuck
that.
Like you shoot it and it goes up the wall.
Is it I don't. There's a lot of like quality of life things they don't have in this game, like how puzzles reset after you leave and shit. It's kind of annoying. Cause I remember pushing the block down, and if I left that room, then I had to push it back down again and do the puzzle all over again.
That can be annoying for some of the stuff. Like, say if you got to go back through and you want to hunt the Scatulas,
Yeah.
the gold ones, that could be a pain in the ass getting them, especially when you're over in Master Quest to do it.
You also
They make
can't
them
lock onto them.
they make them more inaccessible than in the original one
Ugh.
and more obscure.
As
Like
long
they
as you
might
can
be
find 30, it don't matter.
Yeah.
like all three of the child dungeons. You can't get most of them until you get the Ocarina of Time, so you have to go back to the dungeons to get them.
I hate that. Purposeful fucking backtracking to dead ends.
Yeah, but then in the 3DS one, I guess they take it a step further, and what they do, they mirror it, you said?
In mine, it was mirrored, so if your deck, like all my stuff is flipped. So if you have to go left, all my stuff is to the right.
So they up the ante on all the dungeons with the puzzles and shit, and then they flip it.
Yep. And in my version, they also increased damage output from the enemies. So everything that hits me in my game hits for 2 hearts or a heart, depending on if you have the damage reduction.
You get damage reduction from the blue tunic.
You find that from the fairy, one of the great fairies.
Ah, okay.
Would you say the blue tunic?
Yeah, in most of the games it was like, or the handhelds, it was the red tunic made your attack stronger, and the blue tunic saved you from certain damage.
What was that in Oracles and Link's Awakening, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't you only get that at the end, though, in Link's Awakening?
No. Link's Awakening you can get after the second or third dungeon.
Well, in Oracles, it was actually like ring accessories. They had different rings that you would wear, like attack rings,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're
defense
right.
rings.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, to get the snakes and shit and get them
Yep.
fucking. Yeah.
They'd have to appraise them.
Yeah. A bunch of rare ones. Forget what they were, though.
Can't wait to play those games.
Yes. Beat it for the 10th time.
Yeah, he went full balls mode on it and fucking beat both the games twice or whatever to get their passcodes to get the whole story.
Transferred it a third time. Cause.
Just cuz.
You're a better man than me because I didn't go through all that.
I did it on the Game Boy Color and the 3DS ones, like back to back.
You're a better man than me. I didn't do all that. That was a lot of work.
See,
Yeah.
here's the problem with the Game Boy things though. A lot of people were complaining that their passcodes weren't working. So they did everything for nothing. It just didn't change anything.
Never had that problem. They're always different, though, so.
I guess. Like, thought it was some podcast I was listening to was talking about how they did it and then they put in their passcode like they were supposed to, and then it just flat out didn't fucking work at all. I was like, that fucking sucks.
That's where you just kind of sit down the game and never pick it up again.
Yep, that's it.
I'll get back. Fuck with it.
Mike's like, I'm a sadist. I'll go back and do it again.
Yeah. Start over.
Kind of want to do Skyward Sword hard mode, but fuck, that game's long enough on its own.
No.
No. Kyle's brother fucking did it. I was like, what is wrong with you? Because I was watching him play it. It's just like 2 hits and you're fucking dead.
I've never beat it, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he was on like one of the last dungeons, so those enemies probably hit way harder. But I don't know, he was just getting fucking wrecked. And then
Like
like the next day he was playing it without even being touched. So I don't know how long he spent into the night, like just constantly playing.
I think I made it all the way to the what was it, the sand pirate ship thing?
Oh, the Lanero Desert one.
Yeah, where you're on like the sand pirate ship and have to fight that robot pirate thing.
Isn't that's like only halfway through the game, isn't it?
I do not know. You're the
Pretty
one
sh-
that played it.
yeah, pretty sure because they'd kind of do like the same thing Ocarina does with the first three dungeons, where they're all in the same area essentially,
hmm
but then you go into a different place and you find a whole new huge area within that area that connects to it, and then like oh they'll just make it harder and make a huge like fucking crazy dungeon. Oh god, like the fucking yeah the sand one. The sand one, the second time, is a fucking refinery, and you have to constantly use these time lapse stones, I think they're called, or something like that. And you pick them up, and wherever you throw them, it takes you back into the past where everything was green and shit, but only in like a circle of an area. So you would throw that so something would be alive again, then you would do something with it, and you would have to carry it around with you and fucking do all this shit. It's annoying as hell. Probably the worst Zelda dungeon of all time.
Uh,
So fucking annoying.
I don't know about the worst dungeon of all time.
Well,
We'll
dude, I
talk
don't know.
about a pretty bad one soon enough.
I don't know, dude. The water temple's annoying, but I mean, it's short compared to that one. So that's the bad part. Because
The
that,
water temple and Majora's Mask like really annoying.
Actually, that one wasn't as
nah,
bad.
like it looks like it's gonna be hard to figure out, then you just kind of roll through it.
There's just like this title or those current things that, like
The whirlpool room, which is the
yeah.
main hub of the dungeon, is the most annoying part because some people, when you're playing it, think, oh, I want to go through this door, so I have to fight the current to try to get into it.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to go there yet. You just got to kind of follow the dungeon in sequence.
It's kind of a pain though.
Yeah, I don't know. What is everybody's favorite Zelda game? Here,
I don't know.
you don't have one, Mike. Wind Waker's not your favorite.
I don't know. It'd be hard to say.
It's hard to say which one's anybody's favorite. Like, I like Majora's Mask,
That's how I feel.
but there's a reason why I like it. I like the dark, creepy horror games, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I like Wind Waker and Skyward, but I think the only reason I kind of knocked Ocarina out of there, not that I don't love it anymore, it's just I've played this like a million times. I didn't beat it a million times. I just played through. And I was like, I remember all the stuff that's gonna be annoying here in a second. Never mind. So
Said you hardly got any heart pieces.
what's that?
Said you hardly got any heart pieces, but you remember shit.
What about it?
Yeah, you don't remember very much if you don't remember all the side shit. 'Cause that's like most of the game.
I know the main side shit. I don't do heart pieces and shit like that. That's just kind of like a collectathon that I'm not really into.
some of it is, some of it isn't. Some of them you just get right along the way.
Like I 100%ed Wind Waker,
Yeah,
and I think that's the only Zelda game I ever tried to actually 100%. And that was just kind of like, why am I doing this?
Uh, I've 100%ed a few of them.
Well, you're a bastard,
I am.
The oracles and what is it?
Mike. You don't count. You've 100%ed like all of them.
DS or DX, Link's Awakening, and all that shit. It's not too many.
The two
It's not
Oracle games,
too many.
Ocarina, Link's Awakening,
Just 4.
Wind Waker. That's 5. And you probably did Twilight Princess and don't remember.
Oh yeah.
I've
Probably.
done Twilight because that bug girl was a pain in the ass.
I don't remember too much about it. It's been a while. I like the Ganon fight in that, and the what else? I don't know, just catching goats. That was fun for some reason. And the fucking fights on Epona. That's so much fun too.
Did like sumo wrestling a Goron?
Hell yeah.
That shit was pretty cool. Yeah, there were some cool things in Twilight. I just didn't like how fucking dark and droopy it was. That was my only
Again,
gripe with it.
again, that falls into the category. Like I like that dark, dreary Zelda game.
Yeah, me too. At least half and half.
That's why I like Majora's. I like the fact that they imposed a time limit because it's like it's that sense of impending doom.
No, it's a sense of fucking
Hey,
anxiety that it's just like, well, if I don't fucking finish this in time, guess what's gonna happen? I gotta do everything all over again.
Well, I mean, you don't jump into a dungeon on the night of the second day. You just don't.
I know, but then you're kind of like backtracking again and again and again.
Yeah.
You just do whatever you can up till that dungeon point, and then you reset time. Then you go to the dungeon.
Oh, if you want to get the Hylian shield and Skyward, you guys will love this one.
Yeah, fuck that.
Why, do you know what it is?
Yeah, you have to fly on that giant whale bastard.
No. No, to get the Hylian shield, you get it as a prize. You go up to the third dragon, who's just kind of chilling there, and he's like, hey, I'll give you a fabulous prize if you want to go back and relive your memories all together at the same time. And it's like, what are you talking about? And you go in there, and it's a fucking boss rush. You have to fight every boss in the game back to back to back to back to back to back to back without healing.
I thought you got that in Skyward Sword.
Oh no, you get one
Hy-
heal. You get one heal. That's
I
it.
thought you got the Hylian shield from that giant flying whale.
Mm-mm. No, the dude just kind of gives it to you as a gift if you manage to beat through all of the bosses at once.
What's the point?
It's just a little extra thing to do.
I hate that about a lot of games. It's like, do this crazy thing at the end of the game. It's like, oh, okay, I did it. Now what? It's like, nothing. Like, okay.
Just a little something extra.
That's why the easiest games to get it in is Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild.
I forget how you get in the Breath of the Wild again.
You have to go to the dungeon in the Hyrule Castle, and you have to fight giant whatever all Onyx thing.
Is it? It's the Lionel, right?
No, it's it's one of them one-eyed golem thingies that you shoot in the eyeball, but it's a skeleton version of it.
Trying to figure out why Breath of the Wild isn't like my top Zelda game.
Because it holds no replay value.
I mean, it does hold replay value, but
It holds
do you
no
want to go
value.
back and do it again? Like, well, what I'm saying is it's hard enough to just 100% it in general. So it's like you can always keep playing it, but until that point, yeah.
It holds no replay value for me. Like it's a beautiful game, it really is. But my problem with it was too big of a map with too little there to do anything with.
A lot of it seemed empty when I see people play it.
That's what it is. Like you're going, like you could ride on your horse and there's nothing really to do.
It's more about like discovery aspect.
Even there, like just nothing there. Like there's a few small towns, and then you have the 3 main tribes.
Yeah, and then you have like the 120 special dungeons. Then you have
And
the
then
4 main dungeons.
that's like it. Well, the 120 special dungeons ain't even special dungeons. They're just little puzzles.
Or whatever, yeah, whatever.
Shrines.
Yeah, shrines, there you go.
That game has no replay value for me. Like it was a fun game.
Yeah, I wanted to check out Master Quest. That's the only replay value I had on this one. Like, I don't like replaying games that often. It's kind of hard for me.
I could replay Ocarina of Time a bunch of times. Like it ain't a problem. It's a fun game.
Yeah, Ocarina is not too bad. Certain parts of it are annoying.
Well, there's no surprise left in it. That's why I was like, I want to play Ocarina, but I don't want to have the same shit. And even though I don't remember it, it's just like I know I've already done this before. Let's pump it up a minute. I think Master Quest is like supposed to be a lot harder. So I was like, all right, do that. And now I'm like, damn, I wish I wouldn't have did this because now now it's just like I'm replaying everything with harder shit. Like
the 3DS version had a few surprises that I wasn't expecting.
Like Wind Waker,
like Yoshi.
What is it?
Yoshi appearing in a Zelda game.
And
no,
he does in Link's Awakening.
Does he?
Yeah, instead of Goombas.
I think Goombas Kirby did. Pops up in there too.
I don't remember Yoshi.
Oh, I forget if he does.
I think Kirby's in it too.
I know it's a Yoshi doll in a little mini game.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember
Yeah,
that.
it's the
Okay.
first thing for the training sequence. in
Yeah,
that game.
yeah. It's like the only reason I want to do it on Skyward was just because I like had a lot of fucking fun with it. So, and Wind Waker already 100%ed. It'd be nice if they like.
Wind Waker would be fun though. There's so much shit.
Yeah, that is
do
just
in
a
that
fun
game.
game though. It
So
is.
yeah, Kirby is in Link's Awakening. It's called Anti-Kirby.
Oh yeah, the little things that like they're enemies. They're weird.
They inhale you just like Kirby.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like Kirby like lakes.
No, they're anti-Kirbys. That's what they're called.
Yeah. I hate those like lakes.
The anti-fairies.
They're
I hate
all
those.
over Master Quest. You're gonna run into a bunch of them.
I ran into quite a few in Jabba Jabba's stomach.
What are they?
The like lakes, the things that eat
Oh,
your
yeah.
shield.
They'll eat your shield or your tunics if you have them on.
Pretty sure
Doesn't
you-
make any sense.
Pretty sure you watched me get like fucking eaten a bunch of times in that one room.
Yeah.
They'll take your shield and tunics. If you have both equipped, you only get one or the other back.
Actually, I lost both of them.
Well, yeah,
One
but when
time.
you beat them, you only get one back. You should.
I got both back at one time. That
Huh.
they stole both things. And then they just stole my tunic every time after that.
That's annoying. I didn't know they could take your tunics.
Yeah, that's,
Yep.
I don't understand it.
Take your clothes, little boy.
Yeah, they steal your clothes while you're in the fire dungeon, and then you forget to switch your tunics back, and the timer comes up, and it's like, oh fuck.
There was Matt. Didn't I tell you to grab Call of Cthulhu?
You might have. You told me it was a hard game. I haven't looked at it yet.
It's just anxiety driven. It's just in an asylum trying to figure out how to escape while trying to move around, and all this like fucked up shit's going on.
What's the full name of the game? Call of Cthulhu what?
It's just Call of Cthulhu. It's for the PS4. You typing that in?
I am.
Yeah. It's like $9 right now on the store.
Is it based off of, was it the one story where the detective dude goes to the fucking village, and then, like, is it there's like a bunch of fish people underneath the village, and everybody acts all weird and unhospitable?
The stories are from H.P. Lovecraft. There's like a shit ton of them. They're all based around detectives, though, for the most part.
There's like the one really popular one.
Oh, I don't know. I've
Dude
never read a
goes
book.
to the
Don't
city
want to.
where they're all weird. And
I don't know anything about them either. I know there's like board games for this thing.
Tabletop.
Tabletop.
But yeah, you get a character sheet, and for
You don't
finding
have a board.
yeah, pen and paper and imagination.
Imagination.
But like for doing special things or finding a lot of shit and investigating, you'll get more like character points, and you can add them to like your strength and your psychology or medicine or whatever the fuck. It's just like the game pretty much, except for you're actually playing a game instead of just being like, oh yeah, this happens.
Lovecraft only does short stories, by the way. So they're like 5 pages, 10 at the most.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, most of his stories are real short. I think some of them are longer, but not too many.
I don't know. He has books.
Yeah,
Is it like books of a shit ton of short stories?
probably.
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Dreary ass game.
Huh?
I said, holy dark dreary ass game.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But it's like scary as shit.
It's a
Because you're like
Lovecraft game.
constantly like trying to sneak around and like not knowing what's going to happen. You don't have to sneak around, but some parts you do. But for the most part, no. So, it's pretty fucking badass. Kind of hard.
Coming from the guy that don't like survival horror games.
I just don't like the fucking system with Resident Evil. I don't know. Like,
I hate
I'm,
Resident Evil shooting systems. So
Yeah,
much.
I
Thank
think
you.
you'll like
Yes.
Village.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Really.
I'm playing a video game,
Oh, that's
and
a
I have
new
a
one.
gun. I should be allowed to fucking have clips and clips and clips.
It's just so weird to be like a trained professional soldier in a video game, and it's like, why can I not move and shoot at the same time?
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, I can do that in real life. I'm not like a professional fucking
I think you'll
soldier.
enjoy the village.
Heard about that coming out.
It's a very interesting version of Resident Evil.
I have a question, Matt. Don't you have the PS4 Pro?
No, I just have a regular PS4.
Okay. I was
I
thinking
have.
about getting a Pro because, like, Casey just bought that 4K TV, and apparently the Pro is supposed to like give you 4K with it and shit.
It doesn't. It gives you a type of 4K. It cheats at 4K
Yes,
actually.
certain games and only at certain points in time.
It
Ah,
it cheats at it. It does what's called checkerboarding. So like
Yeah.
only certain like little squares in the pixels are like 4K, and then it like cheats the rest of it in.
well, my question was just going to be, is it worth it? Is it worth it to buy another one?
Probably
I
not.
mean, they're like $200. It's not like they're 500 or 400, but
I mean, if you have a PS4, you're not gaining. You're just gaining what, a little more processing power and a little bit more graphic.
yeah.
And the graphical increase will counteract the processing power.
I still need you to have you clean my PS4 out. There's probably a bed sheet in there. It sounds like a fucking jet engine. I'm trying to play Call of Cthulhu and be sneaky, and all I can hear is. I was like, oh god, it's gonna blow up.
You just need to take it apart and blow it out.
Yeah,
Make sure the
Mitch
band
doesn't
starts
have
spinning.
hands for that.
Mitch, my hands aren't good enough for that. I'm not careful enough, I'll break it.
Mitch would go to open it up and it'd just explode.
Mitch smash.
It doesn't have stars in it, does it?
What do you mean?
The screws.
I don't know. I never really looked.
So I remember that being like that in the older ones.
I just know if I take a Q-tip down the side of it where the vent is, I'll have a bunny cottontail.
Yeah. Yeah. I know
Legit.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like my disk drive on my 3 is fucked up because of that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Take apart and clean it.
I cleaned my 3 a while. Cleaned it after I bought it from Dave. It needed a cleaning.
Oh, dude, we were there and we didn't tell him about the fucking N64 he opened up. There was roaches
I was about
everywhere.
to say, unless it's full of roaches, he probably doesn't clean them.
Yeah, it had fucking roaches in it, and then I picked up like this old Zelda toy that looked like shit. I was like, Mike, look at this. And as I show it to him, a roach like fucking climbs out of one of the crevices on it.
Whoa.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Ugh. Ugh.
I think it was trying to hide underneath of it when they opened the 64.
That's always good.
I don't know, dude. Shit's sketchy. I thought he was just fucking around with us when he said he'd get shit with roaches and bugs in it.
Oh,
Nope,
like
I've
that.
opened some pretty disgusting things.
Yeah, it's warm and covered up. It's a perfect spot for them.
I guess. Ugh.
Kind of like a PS3 somebody brought in because they wanted it cleaned up. I opened it up and it was probably worse than what yours will look like.
No, there's definitely like a fucking sheet in there. It has to be.
Dude,
It's
this was
never
like
been
a whole.
cleaned.
This was like a whole dog got sucked into it.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
I'm afraid to open mine up now.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm gonna give it to Matt to do.
I had like computer repair class in high school. Those things were fucking full of dust.
Yeah.
We had to fucking clean those out like all the time.
Gross. But anyway, this is the talk about The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Master Quest 3D, 3DS Master Quest today apparently, and N64 GameCube port thing with Mike.
Yeah, the
So
4-in-1 Zelda game for the GameCube.
Collection edition.
Yeah, that thing.
Got like a demo for Wind Waker on it.
Yeah, I remember whenever I first played that demo, I was like, holy
I remember
fuck,
playing it
this is
too.
gonna be awesome!
I played the shit out of that demo.
Right?
So
Except for
I
that
did
stealth
Tony
part.
Hawk.
Stealth part sucks. where you get caught and you have to get sent back to the jail cell. Remember that?
No.
They have 3 parts on the demo. It's dungeon, island, and the stealth thing inside the fucking fortress.
I just want to ride around like the king of red lions. Circles. Have all the seagulls follow you and shit. Like, this is pod racing.
Alright, so, Matt. We left
Yes.
off on the sword pool. We pulled the master
The
sword.
sword pool.
It's the first thing you did after the...
You gotta make it sound more epic. That's like the most epic moment in game history.
It's like, what is the pool?
We pulled the master sword from the pedestal inside the temple of time. And
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
It's so hard to get that fucking thing back in there. I was like,
what?
I walk up to the pedestal and it's like you go past it or it won't say drop because you're just
I know
off
what you're
a
talking
little
about.
bit.
I remembered having that problem actually.
Yeah, it's like you can't face the back of it or it won't work.
And as soon as it happens, you meet Rauru. Rauru, is that how you say his name?
The Sage of Light?
Yeah. He gives you the light medallion. He's like, yeah, 7 years have passed.
I stripped you to change your clothes, by the way.
Yeah. He reminds me of the lightning god in Final Fantasy games. The summon.
Oh, Ramua.
Yeah.
Rama?
Big ass fucking staff.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck his name is. And he's like, yeah, you gotta go find all the sages. And then you come out, and then Sheik's like, yeah, you gotta find all the sages. She's like,
Sheik won't let you go back in time either.
I didn't even try at that point, so I didn't notice.
Sheik stands in front of the pedestal and says, get the fuck out of my house.
Fucking whore. And then she says, and I quote, one in a deep forest, one on a mountain, one on a vast lake, one within the house of the dead, one inside a goddess of the sand. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go inside any woman in the sand. So get sands in all your cracks and crevices. And then she's
Find
like,
sand in places you never knew you had.
oh yeah. Then she's like, awaken the 5 sages. And I'm like, all right, damn. She goes, go to Kakariko Village. And that is all she tells you.
Yep.
What'd you guys do? Did you guys go straight there? Or? I know Mike probably didn't. I guarantee you Mike fucking didn't. He probably went fishing.
Yeah. So before I even did the sword pull, I did the super chicken thing at the Lon Lon Ranch and got the 3rd bottle.
I pretty much did all that too before that. Like, I went fishing as a kid and got the fish.
That's so much fun to do.
It's a pain in the ass.
I love it.
Especially a Master Quest.
After I got used to it, I was like, yes.
What's that special huge fish or some shit like that?
Hylian Lock.
Lock.
Yeah. I remember getting that whenever I first played that game. And I was like, holy fuck, I didn't even know that thing was there. Like, I was reading up on it, I was like, why the fuck can't I find this thing? Because, like, I was just about to beat the game and I wanted to, like, go back and do a couple side shit. And it's just like, oh, you can get this huge-ass fish. And I don't even remember what it gives you for doing it.
I think you just get a piece of heart for it, actually, at the end.
No, you don't even get that. Because you just need a big fish to get the piece of heart.
Is that what it is?
No, for the adult Link, when you get the biggest fish, you get the gold scale.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think if you catch the lock, you get a piece of heart.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it might just be a side thing.
Yeah. But anyway, after you leave the temple, the land is decimated. But not really.
Before you pull the sword, there's like a random guard in the alleyway, and he's like...
Dead guard? The one that's dying?
Yeah, he's dying. It's weird. Because he, like, tells you everything Zelda did, and which you have to fucking see. So I don't understand.
I'm going to take this from another podcast that Mitch had me listen to, because I actually just listened to this part.
Oh, the Book of Medora.
Yes. So at that part, they said that is probably the most traumatic thing that you will ever see in Ocarina of Time because every other death happens off screen.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty sure you kill Ganon on screen.
It's like he's not moving.
He's not dead though. He just
Whatever.
gets sealed away.
Did you know that in the Master Quest and the Grey Cart version of the game, it'll determine Ganon's blood color, green or red?
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's in the gray one.
In the original Ocarina of Time, it's red.
Yeah, and then they changed it to green.
And in Master Quest, they changed it to green.
Oh, is that what? Okay, I thought it was the other cart that did that too.
No, they changed it when they ported it over to the 3DS, I think, because of the whole violence, blood.
Pussies.
Should have put Dead Hand in there. Like realistic Dead Hand with chunks of flesh missing out of his body.
But I went up to Lon Lon before I went to Kakariko though, and got Epona. You got
I did the same thing.
Yeah, you got to race Ingo, who is Luigi. He is Luigi, and that dad dude of Marin's. Is it Malin or Marin?
It's Malin, I think, in this one.
Yeah.
Malin. Okay, so Talon is Mario.
Yeah, because I kept calling her Marin.
Yeah, so did I. I even have it in my notes as Marin. And she's grown up, and she's a spicy young mommy. To Link, and you gotta race Ingo around. He's like, I'm not gonna give you your horse, even though you beat me. Like, you can have it, but you can't leave.
It's because he was tweaking out because he was like, oh God, Ganon gave me this place. And
yeah, he was supposed to give that horse to him or some shit.
Yeah.
Even though that horse is already like, however old it was before, plus 7 years.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
That's an old fucking racehorse, buddy.
So I went to Dampree first in the grave.
Oh, Dompe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got a Kakariko Village, which is
you gotta go there regardless.
Yeah. Because, and you, like, talk to those two dudes laughing in front of the tree. They're like, I'm telling you, man, I seen this dude, this fucking spectral dude that looked like the old gravekeeper. And he went back into the grave. And then the other dude's just laughing at him, calling him a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, those are the same dudes that was it the one trying to break into Zelda's castle?
Oh, I thought they were just making fun of that dude.
Well, the one dude makes fun of him. And then, like, when they're in the village, the one dude is the one that got scared or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I tried to walk around and run around and play it like you would if you haven't played it, and look for like the hints, but like I couldn't. I just ended up just knowing where I had to go.
Well, a lot of the hints are worthless.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was trying to play it from like if you've never played it perspective.
Yeah.
Is that why you beat it in 2 days?
I could have beat it in 2 days, but I spaced it out.
Well, if I'd never beat it before, I'd probably beat it in 2 days.
It's only like a 15-hour game.
Yeah. I don't know. That was longer than that. Maybe not. Probably not.
If you go to or if you do if you complete the game, it's longer. It's like it turns into like a 20-some hour game.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you got to go up into the graveyard, and if you go to the old hut, you'll find the gravekeeper's diary. And it's like, asked me if I wanted to read it, and I was like, yeah. And it says, whoever reads this, please enter my grave. I will let you have my stretching, shrinking keepsake.
Yeah.
So I pulled some gravestones around, dropped in. There was Dompe. He's like, yeah, let's race, bitch.
It's weird that he says my grave when there's like no new graves from before.
Yeah, exactly. He just dug his own grave and was like,
It's the one with the Triforce flowers in front of it or whatever.
I didn't notice. I just kept on yanking on them because I knew it was in there.
I think that's what they're supposed to look like, and they do it far away. But once you get close to them, they don't.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, let's race, bitch." and throws fire at you while you run through like an annoying maze puzzle thing. But it's not even a fucking race, because he always beats you.
What was your time?
Uh, I think it was like a minute 13 seconds.
My first one was 110, and was it you get through the windmill, and I missed that heart piece. So I went back and did it. Got 1-3.
Did you break the space time paradox with the windmill guy?
I talked to him, but I couldn't go back in time yet because she blocks the door until you beat the forest.
Space-time paradox.
Yeah, that's how the Book of Medora refers to it as. It's like, yeah, he teaches you the song that he was angered about that was played for him in the past, and then you go into the past and you play this fucking song to him, and he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Unless
Exactly.
I wasn't the fucking one who did this.
Exactly.
You have an ocarina? What?
You'll hurt your head thinking about this one.
That's just time paradox.
It's the easiest way to not hurt your head. But yeah, anyway, it gives you that fucking hook shot. And I fucking love Dompe. Dompe's in Link's Awakening too, isn't he? Right?
He's in most of them.
Is he?
I think he's in Link's Awakening.
I know he's in the remake. I don't know if he's in the original.
I think he's in most of the games. Like, I know he's in Ocarina of Time,
He's in
Majora's
Oracle.
Mask.
He's in Oracle
He's in
too,
Oracles.
I think.
I think he was in A Link Between Worlds, but I'm not sure.
Where was he in Link's Awakening?
No, I'm saying in the remake he is. He like lets you make your own dungeon from finding pieces and shit. It's like this cool little side thing that I'd never fucking tried to do at all because I was like, nah, I don't want to make my own dungeon. Oh my god.
Right. I got the giant.
He appears in Four Swords Adventures and the Minish Cap.
As well as the other ones we were saying?
Yep.
Okay, cool. No, he's fucking not in Breath of the Wild.
Well, he's probably dead.
Nobody in Breath of the Wild.
And Skyward Sword, he's not in there. Wind Waker, he's not in there. Yeah.
Like, mostly everybody in Breath of the Wild is dead.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust it, man.
Been asleep for 100 years.
I don't trust him. Watch, they'll bring everybody back in Breath of the Wild, too. There'll be some kind of go back in time bullshit.
So there's like no NPCs or whatever in Breath of the Wild, are there?
Yeah, there's
like,
shit
not
ton.
very many. Like, oh, okay, there's like cities and shit.
Yeah. And plus you have like the side character as well, too. Oh, I went and got the pocket cacao egg.
I tried to do that, but then I was doing other shit.
No, I actually forgot how to initiate the Begoron Sword side quest.
Dude, I didn't
fucking
know about the fucking dude on the mountain. And I was just sitting there at the top. It was morning when he stands up. I was like, I don't see him. And then turned around and he was right fucking there. Scared the shit out of me, dude.
Why is there a guy on the mountain?
That's where you get the Begoron Sword.
Yeah.
From the giant Goron that lives on the mountain.
Yeah.
No, I know he's there. I thought you meant there was like some random dude or something.
No, he like goes to sleep when it's nighttime and he stands up and peers over the mountain in the daytime.
Why have I never noticed this? He stands up and peers over the mountain?
He's like the size of the damn mountain.
Yeah, he's looking.
Fuck, I didn't even notice that shit. What?
Yeah, dude, I turned around and seen him just staring. I was like, what the fuck?
We can talk about that mountain a little bit though, because we gotta talk about getting in that forest temple.
See, I didn't fucking know what the fuck to do because it said go to the village, and then everybody said something about Death Mountain looking strange or whatever.
The only thing you had to do to the village was just get the hook shot so you could get into the forest temple.
Yeah, I thought that was just something that I did because I did like shit ton of side shit all the time.
Yeah, but you go back to the fucking Kakariko village and you talk to some peeps. Not really though, because they're all hiding in their houses. And then you gotta go through the Lost Woods And then you'll eventually run into Mido.
This time you got to go through it without Soraya playing her music for you to hear.
Yeah, but at this point you probably remember it.
I 100% imagined the fucking noises I heard then. Because I got really close to all the entrances and I was like, this one sounds a little bit louder. And I would go through it and I fucking found my way to Mido. That's fucking weird.
So I got lost after Mido for some reason.
Yeah, so did I. Because once I went past him, I couldn't tell then.
Yeah.
I just got lost regardless because once again, my game was flipped and I'm used to going left instead of right.
It's weird that you have like a muscle memory for it.
I mean, I played the shit out of this game.
It's a long game to constantly play over and over again, that's all. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just like, damn,
Oh, well, you
I could
grew up
not
with
do
the
that.
64.
So did I.
I didn't have this game until I was 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, you go up in there, and
Well, you gotta talk to Mido, and he's like, oh, well, you can't even get past him, I think, until you play Soraya's song.
yeah, you play Sorry's song, and then he lets you pass. Then you go like a couple frames over. I think it's like 3, and then the maze is there from before, and now it's filled with giants.
Yeah, fuck that.
Giant pigs with spears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and every time they see you, they like just fucking charge you and
Can't
fuck
you
you
not
up.
even hurt them?
You can. You gotta wait for them to walk past, and you gotta hook shot them in the ass.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's some way. But I just had him push me to the end of the fucking place once I was on the other side of him.
Yeah, I just kept on getting up. If one hit me, I was determined to fucking kill it. Had to.
Then after you sneak your way through there, you run up to the really big motherfucker that's in the hall or the stairways before the temple.
Yeah, he like keeps on slamming his club down and sending shockwaves after you, and you just like keep ducking and dodging.
How'd you guys kill him?
I just dodge rolled past him and then stabbed him.
I threw
Stabbed
bomb
him in the
shoes at him.
ass.
Stabbed him right in the ass. You threw
I
a bomb.
chewed him. Yeah. Used 3 bomb shoes to kill him.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, which is weird.
And then what is it? There's a fucking, you see the big medallion thing, like pedestal on the ground. It's not pedestal, it's like a base thing. I don't know. With the forest medallion sign on it. And then there's a tree, and you just hook shot up in the branch
Warp
and then
pad.
walk in. Yeah, warp pad. There you go. Then you hook shot up into the tree, and you go into the fucking forest temple.
This, in my opinion, is probably the most beautiful temple of the game.
It's my favorite one.
Before that, what is it? Sheet gives you the minute of the forest, or
Minuet of forest.
minuet of the forest.
Oh, minute.
Minute of the forest.
Yeah, I always forget she gives you that song, those songs at each one for the warp.
world gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Finally.
Which is a good thing. I don't know. What was your guys' experience in this one?
Go ahead, you can go first, Mikey.
Oh, I didn't have too much trouble. Figured, certain parts were annoying. Like
Hunting down the 4 Post Sisters.
Is that what you had to do with this one?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's not the next one?
What do you mean?
I forgot.
No.
Because I was fucking around for a little bit. I got lost.
This is where you have to hunt down the
Oh,
4
it's
Post
Phantom.
Sisters with the fairy bow.
Oh, that wasn't too hard. I liked it a lot, truthfully. I kept going through, like, the main part where you need all the keys, and progressively just getting the next key, and then having to find it. I didn't get too stuck, though.
Yeah, I like that cool, like, illusionary tunnel thing. It's not like a tunnel, but it's like a hallway. Do you get the one that twists?
Yeah. Twisting hallway that you shoot the arrow into the eye switch and it turns it.
Yeah, that shit's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got the boss key, like, is it after I got the first 2 pose?
Really?
Yeah.
So, the big difference between mine and your game, I'll point out right here, is when you first start the temples as an adult, you get the item from the temple, like whatever it is, the bow, the hammer, in like the first 3 rooms.
Yeah, it took a while to get the fucking bow. Pay the
And
ass.
then the boss key is like always immediately after that.
Really?
Yes.
Did not notice this. I was just
Like,
like, fucking thank God, that was fast.
and they also like move them. So like where you think you would get like the bow in this temple, I think it is moved. So
Huh.
it's like closer. So you get it like right away.
Yeah, I never really realized that. I mean, I realized I was getting them like fast, but I was like, well, I don't remember this shit. So, whatever.
But this temple, I will say, it confused the living hell out of me in Master Quest
I just kind of just kept pushing through them. I mean, I just needed to get it
because
done for
they
the show.
moved
I
like
was like, fuck.
switches. They moved like the block puzzle confused me for a few minutes.
The block puzzle was kind of weird.
It's even worse on Master Quest.
Oh, God. It was more like, because I didn't have certain things that I needed. Shit, I'd have to get back.
Hmm.
Oh, what, or bubbles. I always used like a hook shot on it, because I didn't have the bow yet. And I found out using the Deku Nuts is like so much better of a way to do it. So it's so much easier to hit them.
Oh yeah,
What are you hitting?
The
the
bubbles.
the blue bubble skull things that float around and curse you.
Yeah, anything that like flies towards you, just Deku Nut it.
Yeah, I always use the hook shot. It's like if it was slightly off, it would just go past them.
I just run past them, honestly. I don't even mess with them.
I have to kill the bubbles. I hate the bubbles.
What was there? Wasn't like really a mini boss, was there? It was just the Stallface, wasn't
It
it?
was the
Master.
Stalfos.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You had to fight a Floor
Because
Master as
in
well.
Mikey's game, that's where you get the ferry boat. You have to beat 2 of them.
Yeah, it's the first one. There's like the whole middle of the room is gone.
Yeah, and you can actually fall down to the floor below if you're in that room fighting.
Yeah, I did that because I was like, oh, is this like invisible floor? And it's like, nope. Once I figured that out, he like seemed to be stay right on top of me, and I just kind
Mikey
of
was like,
spammed him.
he can walk over the air. Why can't I? Let me try.
I just wanted to see if it was illusion or something, because they did that shit in these older games.
And then the platform descends, and then 2 more pop up.
Oh yeah, that was fun. So I beat the fuck out of those too. Those I didn't have too much trouble.
So in my game, them things at this point in the game can 1-hit kill you.
Uh,
When they do the jump attack, they hit you, they like take 4 hearts.
that was like the only attack of them I didn't get hit by, because that's like so telegraphed. Because they like kind of stand up before they jump.
They do,
Drop their
but like
guard.
I try to shield it, and when they come down, I try to poke them with the sword real quick. But like they glitch through my shield sometimes and hit me.
I always do the backflip, and then once they come down, I do the same thing back to them.
Like I think that's the enemy that killed me the most in this game is the Stalflos.
So I don't think I died too much.
Oh, they wrecked me.
When I got to the fucking um, boss of this, I kept getting fucked up. This is like the last fucking ball every time. It's like the last time I had to hit it back. I missed it and I get fucking hit.
So, how was your Poe hunting adventure?
This is the worst of things. I had a lot of fun doing it, truthfully.
I did too. I thought the
Wall
puzzle.
masters were annoying.
I thought the puzzle for the Poe sisters was really amazing done.
Yeah, I had a good time with that.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's annoying in some places, but it's alright.
Yeah, I wandered around for a bit because I couldn't find certain things.
Then there's that checkerboard floor that you got to run through, where the ceiling drops.
Oh yeah. How'd you guys feel about the fucking weird puzzle thing that you have to pull and push to get one
Like
of the pose?
That wasn't too bad. It's always just real quick.
Yeah.
I had trouble with it at the beginning, and so I was like putting one block in place, and the time ran out. So I just waited. I sat on the black block. Remember the puzzle lifts up and like flips? I don't know what how they coded it or whatever, but like when you stand on it, you don't even like react to it moving. It just
Yep.
lifts you up and flips underneath of you and then goes back down. So I just waited until I put the puzzle together like it would work one way, and I just waited until they flipped to that spot. As soon as it did, the puzzle was like completed.
So after that point, then we end up back at the main hall where we fight the last Poe sister,
Oh yeah.
the one that splits into four, and all three of them are an illusion.
Was that the purple one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Damn.
Did you guys have any trouble with that?
Just fucking attack, man. Just fucking stab.
The hard
What?
thing about her is, like, I did it with the bow. I didn't use the
Yeah, me
sword at
too.
all on it.
I always
It's
run at
whenever
shit.
you Z-target onto her,
You're facing the wrong way, and
and it
flips
flips
you
around,
around.
and you're facing the wrong way, and you're like
Yeah.
loser. You see her spin, and you go to Z-target, and you miss, and you grab a different one. And it's like, shit.
That's what kept happening to me too. That's like I remember this being like such a good mechanic they added to the game, and then it's like
What, the Z targeting?
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it's
like
like
now I'm having so much trouble unlocking from things and like switching targets and shit.
Yeah, it's like they usually a lot of people call like this game like the flagship for the target automatic target, not automatic, but whatever, lock on
Well, it
and
is the
shit.
granddaddy for Z-targeting and lock-on, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whenever you jump on blocks and shit or climb blocks, it reminds me of fucking Laura Croft's jump from Tomb Raider.
Trash.
It's the same like animation.
so we beat her, and then we drop down, and we do the last puzzle of the game, or dungeon, actually.
Yeah, it's like the dungeon can be complicated if you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. That's for
It's
sure.
gonna be more complicated in Master Quest too. Fuck them puzzles.
I just kept pushing through it and doing puzzles.
Like I said,
honestly
this
kind
one,
of hardly remember.
this one is the one that like stumped me the most. Like it was, in my opinion, for me it was harder than the Water Temple.
See, I don't know if I dislike the water temple or the fire temple more. So yeah,
So you get the magic boots in the water temple, don't you?
what are they called? Feather boots or something?
No, you don't
What's
get the.
make 'em
You get the
float?
iron boots in the ice cave, and you get the
Ah,
hover boots in the Shadow Temple.
Dude, quit spoiling. Everybody needs to be ready for the next episode. This stuff's gonna be
oh,
on.
okay.
God,
Oh God, because it's a 20-year-old game.
shut
I
up.
just remember being in the water temple with the floating boots.
What are
Okay,
those
so
boots fucking called?
I don't know. I know they secrete mustard out of the bottom of them.
what?
Yeah, like little yellow clouds. Yeah.
I told you what they were called. The hover boots.
Hover boots. There you go.
They're from the Shadow Temple. Now we can't spoil no more. God.
God, we only have one more temple we haven't spoiled yet.
You fight Ganon at the end.
That fucking spirit.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta get like boss key and shit. Oh yeah, this is like the first time we have to deal with keys in this game.
Oh yeah,
The
I
boss
wrote
keys.
that down. Key dungeons.
Boss keys and silver keys.
Key dungeons are the better dungeons.
Ugh.
I love key dungeons. So
Well,
much
Like
more
I
than
said in
these
mine,
other
like
ones.
I didn't have to hunt for my key. Like it was right there. It was like the second thing I got in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I had a lot of trouble on one of them. We're not there yet.
How far are you into the game right now, Mikey?
He
beat it. I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
I did the last of the fire temple, then I did like a shit ton of side stuff, like hunting big pose and everything like that.
We'll get to that.
I want that last.
I was just curious if you made it through the water temple yet.
Nope.
I'm sure you're so excited.
So after we got all our keys, we go and meet
Phantom Ganon.
Phantom Ganon.
Yeah.
Which in the beginning of the fight you don't know it. Because it doesn't say his name until after Link's like, what?
I thought it did.
He's
Nope.
like, look, listen.
When Link first walks into the platform and Ganon appears, he thinks it's Ganon. It doesn't he freaks
Yeah.
out.
It's like Ganon head, and then it changes into a skull or whatever.
And then Link's like, you a bitch. You ain't the real thing.
Yeah, originally I guess they planned to make this like Mario 64 with the paintings, and like they kind of used that for this boss fight, how he comes in and out of the paintings and shit.
That was the easiest part for me.
Yeah,
Unless I accidentally missed whenever he was like first coming out, then I would never be able to hit him afterwards.
So you gotta chase him around the room and shoot him as he comes out. That's the first stage.
After the first time you heard him in that first stage, he has a clone though,
Mm-hmm.
and his horse isn't like as silvery or something. It's not as decorated.
Well, you know what was funny with mine was
peasant.
In yours he splits up. Like he might be 1, 2, or 3 pictures over from his.
Yeah.
The whole time in my fight, he was right next. The 2 pictures he kept coming out of were right beside each other.
That's fucked up. I know if you shoot an arrow at the picture frame before he comes out, he turns around and leaves.
Yeah, you gotta like smack the lightning ball back and forth too.
That's the next
You have
stage.
to gang a pong.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit.
I used to.
It's fun because it's like, oh god, it's like in me, but I still hit it back.
But I kept fucking up. Like the last one. It's like
did
the
he do a
last
different attack to you guys?
To be honest with you, I don't remember. Dude. I was just trying to power through that shit. Like,
So did he do anything different in this fight to you, Mikey? Because he did to me. Like he did like a spiraling drill like attack.
Yeah, he did that at the end of my fight with him.
okay, so it's in both versions. That's more
I
or less
wasn't
what I wanted
sure.
to know.
Did he die immediately afterwards?
No, he did it while we were fighting. Like he threw we played Pong twice, and then he did this attack at me.
Okay.
What does he do?
That I heard
he like just turns into a big rainbow looking drill and flies down at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Like at all.
I didn't expect it either. Like he never did that when I played the original game. Like it was just Pong.
Yeah, he didn't do that the times that I had to refight him because he killed me a bunch of times. I got pissed off and went and got 3 fairies and another heart container. So I had 9 hearts and 3 fairies.
Vagina.
That's what I found out. She couldn't let me go back in
after
time.
we beat his ass, the real Ganon decides to talk.
Didn't he call it his puppet?
He called it a worthless creation, and he sent it in between the dimensions.
Trapped forever.
Forever.
Even though, we probably fought him in another quote-unquote timeline game.
Or maybe later in this very game.
Was it?
Might be.
I don't remember.
No, he's not in this game again.
I thought he was after whenever you're going to fight Ganon. He appears in the hallway or whatever.
No, that was Wind Waker where it appears.
That's what I was starting to think too. Once he said,
it's not called Phantom Ganon, it's called Puppet Ganon.
That's where I was getting puppet from then, I guess.
I thought Puppet Ganon was that giant thing you fought at the end where you had to shoot the strings. That was annoying.
That was supposed to be Phantom Ganon, but that's a whole nother game.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway, after you beat him, you go and grab your heart container.
And yes, you do.
I have 10 hearts at this point in time.
I had 7.
I don't remember what I had.
I have the lowest you can get right now. Cause fuck.
So you get that, and then you jump into the blue portal.
Yep, and you're back with Rauru and everybody else. And by everybody else, I mean Saria and Rauru. I think, is Rauru there?
No, you don't ever see, whenever you save a sage, it's only that sage.
I just thought he might have been in there, but
he ain't creeping.
You totally get friend-zoned.
Yeah, you get friend-zoned, and she's like, but I'll always be there with you.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Then it's goes black and has white text, and it's like, Ciara will always be your friend. It's like, oh,
She's dead.
always be your friend. I don't know. Aren't they supposed to be like immortal now or some bullshit?
The way I always saw it was like they were dead or something. That's what a lot of people thought. So I was
Well, I
just like,
think they did die in the temples. Like, they're spirits now.
yeah. We'll talk about that special person in the next budget, which we're about to be on our way to go to.
You can still
So,
talk to Zarya at any time, though.
yeah, you can use the Ocarina and play her song.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't headed there just yet. We go back to Kokiri Forest and we meet after we thought we killed the Deku tree.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
planting the
Turns
fucking
out,
Pops out of the ground.
yeah. As a wee little sprout.
He's got the twig sticking out of his mouth like he's a samurai or some shit.
Or a Korok.
so here's my how is that tree gonna grow as big as the other tree if the other tree's behind that tree still?
That's what I was thinking.
It's going to
He's
absorb
gonna,
its body.
Push it over.
It's going to absorb its body. Don't fuck around. Deku tree don't fuck around. So could absorb it. I mean, it's magic. Rules don't apply in fantasy, apparently. So
Yeah, they do.
yeah, okay.
They do.
Play Final Fantasy.
Well,
Nothing makes
they don't
sense.
even try to make sense.
Exactly.
So we
That is
talked.
very true.
That's why a lot of people don't like those games.
A lot of people just don't like turn-based.
There's that, and there's also the fact that the story's batshit insane.
Good. Eight is so fucking weird.
Yeah, especially 8,
Yeah.
where the moon cries on the earth.
I didn't even get that far. Shut up. Wait. Wait. I know you get shot out of a fucking like revolver gun or some shit into the up to the moon
Oh
or something.
yeah, it's like a giant fucking roller coaster that shoots you into the sky.
Fuck.
That's like the most wacky part of that game.
So Mikey and Mitch, what does the Deku tree tell us about?
I was really drunk and I didn't write down my notes. My
Mikey,
bad.
you remember what it told us?
I just remember it coming to life. Probably just told us to go kill people because it's fucking bloodthirsty.
Yep, it actually gives you the backstory to this link.
What?
Oh yeah, it tells you about like was it? There's like a war at
Yep,
Hyrule,
Yep.
and your mom got wounded.
Yep.
Escaped to the forest and trusted the Deku tree
Never mind.
with the lake, and she passes away afterwards.
Yep.
Why is there always a fucking war that we never see?
Wars are important, but they can't have that many polygons on screen at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Fuck. But yeah, I just went straight back to I just went straight back to Death Mountain and into Goron City.
I didn't. I went back to the temple this time.
Oh, here we go. Why'd you get back there?
So I could get the song to warp back to the temple of time.
Oh wait, scratch that. That's in my notes too. I did do that as well. My bad. But anyway.
Prelude of Light.
Whenever you're an adult, there's like a hole right past the tree in whatever that village is called. And
Kokiri Forest?
Yeah. I bombed it, and there's 2 re-deads under there. No, not Kokiri, the other one.
Oh.
Where you get the hook shot.
Kakarika.
Yeah. It's like right past that tree in the beginning. At nighttime, you could like, I don't know if it's like day specific, but you bomb it, and there's like 2 re-deads in a chest with gold ruby. It's 200 rubies.
You know who that wouldn't serve a good use to?
Somebody who doesn't have a good wallet.
Yep. Guess who that person is?
I think this was before I got the adult wallet.
Later on, I'll tell you a better way that you can make money,
wallet.
and it's a lot easier.
Well, I have fucking
have
9 gold
making money.
scolopus. I only have 9 gold scolopus.
But to do it, we're gonna need the Begoron sword.
I've heard of this before. I just forget what it is, but I know it involves that.
I don't really have any trouble getting gold at all, because.
Well, this is an infinite thing.
My problem is I like to have the bigger wallets because, like, is that you get this fucking, you get in a dungeon, you're like, oh yeah, chest, and it's like 10 bombs. Like, fuck you. You get like, was it 5 and 20 rubies, and I always hate having like too many rubies, and then you open up one of those, and it's just like, oh well, there goes that.
Or
So
when you don't have the wallet and you find silver rupees and you're like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
well, bye.
So another fun fact about the 3DS version is after you talk to Sheik at the temple and get the song, she opens up a boss rush mode.
The Prelude of Light.
Yeah, Mikey didn't experience that, and I didn't know that.
Well, it's only in the 3DS version she does this.
Oh, so it's like the Skyward Sword Hylian Shield deal.
More or less. I don't think you get anything for it though. You just if you want to go fight the bosses again, I guess.
Don't know. Do you get anything out of it?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
You fucking pussy. Go do it. Like, right after the show.
I always have a problem with boss rushes. I just think they're annoying.
It shows
After
how truly
playing-
honed your skills are.
After playing like a shit ton of Kirby games, fuck that.
Kirby boss rushes are fucking fun, though. They
Yeah,
are rough, though, if you get hit.
Here's 20 bosses and you can heal yourself 5 times. It's like, damn it.
Did you guys go anywhere else? Because I'm still up there at Death Mountain.
No. I pretty much after I got the song, I went back to Kakariko Village, and actually I did the bow thing.
For the quiver?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's a shooting gallery up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat the shooting gallery before I got the bow and after.
That's what I'm. What? Oh, the slingshot.
Yeah,
I
you did.
did
The
I did
castle
that one
town.
too, but you can also just do the range thing before you get the bow. But whenever you beat it, he gives you 50 rubies instead of a quiver.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I always like those fucking shooting games.
Yeah. Every time I have too much money, I always blow all my money there. And then sell big pose.
So I mean, after that was it. I went up the mountain. I didn't really do anything else.
Did you go to the city first, or did you go clear up to the top of the mountain?
I went to the Goron City, I think.
Oh yeah, you have this game memorized. I forgot. Yeah, I went to the city. Mike, did you get stuck on this part? Remember, because I was like, you gotta blow that dude up.
Oh yeah. I
Or
would have
no,
found
no,
that
no,
out, but I
no.
forgot about it.
I didn't do that. I went to Lake Hylia.
Why?
To fish.
Oh, you went fishing.
That, and I also went and got the Scarecrow song for the Fire Temple.
I did that too, but I didn't use it.
I didn't do that either.
I did that like at the very beginning of the game.
I forget what is up with the Scarecrow.
So you make your own song for it, and it's supposed to be like it gives you access to places that you can't normally reach. Like
yeah, you can hook shot him. You like
you
summon him
can.
into
That's how you
places.
get into like the fishing pond before the lake's filled up, or if you didn't plant beans.
See, I know you can use it in the Fire Temple to get to like a hidden golden Skullika or something like that.
Mm-hmm. You can also use it in the water temple to get up to that water switch.
Oh, I need to go fucking do that before I go do that fucking temple.
I just
like really bad.
I just did the double time Zelda's Lullaby
For what?
to remember the song.
That's what I did. I just did the song a double time for Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Before Majora's Mask even came out, breaking the space-time paradox once again.
Well, it doesn't do anything.
Shut up, Mike. Don't tell them that.
Sends Pierre after you.
But yeah, no, I had went there first, and then I went up the mountain.
Yeah, I just got the Giant's wallet before I did the temple.
Yeah, you gotta go down into Goron City, and there's a little guy rolling around, and you gotta hit him with a bomb chew or a bomb or whatever.
Fuck that guy.
And it's funny because he pops out, and he shares the same name as you.
Yeah, mine's
Hey, here's a thought. Here's a funny thought. You know the Gorons are all males, right?
Yeah, I've heard this conversation.
It's like the episode of Drinking Crow where it gets really drunk and fucks the earth and it gets pregnant.
What the fuck? But yeah, I've heard the conversation before about them always being male. It's like maybe they just make each other. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
I like how they walk like zombies.
Stack
They
rocks
put
up. I
put
will
both
call
of their
you
arms out and walk.
They just remind me
Oh.
of. They remind me of like rock potatoes.
Maybe they take a shit and the one that like walks away is the child.
But yeah, he's like, yo, doesn't he say like Jaruni is downstairs locked up or some shit?
No, he said
Or no,
he went to the fire temple to try to quell the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of the first part where he's
Yeah.
down there. The first time you go to the. Okay, yeah.
Ganondorf captures all the other Gorons and resurrects the dragon that used to eat them, and he's gonna feed them all to him. And then the one dude tries to get save them all.
He did it for a reason, though. I forget what the reason was.
To make an example of how powerful Great Ganondorf is.
I guess that would do it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because they're like the strongest race. So.
Yeah. So anyway, the temple is atop the mountain. You gotta go run past all those boulders again while they're falling on you, and climb the fucking ladder wall thing.
Damn, you went the long way.
Well, what'd you do?
I just pulled the statue in Darunia's room.
Oh fuck! I didn't even know that was a thing.
That too.
You pull it out and you walk right into the crater by the fire temple.
Yeah, because I was stuck in the crater and I couldn't figure out how to get down to the bottom, and then I just went.
You walk in, like after you pull his statue, you walk in and then you like turn left and you hook shot across the bridge.
Yeah, I had that part. I just
that's where you meet.
Figure it from the top where Mitchell was.
That's where you meet our favorite masked person.
Sheik, who teaches you the bolero of fire.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you gotta blow up that wall up top and get into the crater that way. You can. Oh, but I forgot. That Goron you blow up gives you the red tunic so you can, survive in there. Otherwise, you'll just burn to death.
Yeah. In normal Link fashion, we're just like, ah!
So,
go on.
I was gonna say, so Mitch went the long way and I went the short way.
And I went the long way, got confused, and went back to the short way.
And then a couple rooms in, you run into Darunia, and he's like, yo, man, I'm gonna go in here and fuck this dude up. You, please help free my caged brethren.
So before we even do that, let's talk about the music of the fire temple.
Did you guys talk about the music of the forest temple when I ran downstairs?
No. Well, the music, dude, they changed the music for the fire temple.
Oh, did they?
Yes, it's not the same from my version and I think Mikey's version.
I don't remember.
And they did it for a reason, because they didn't had something to do with like the kind of music it sounded like, I think.
You wanted to talk about it, but you didn't know?
Hold on.
I don't want to talk about it.
Are you looking it up?
I like the music, but it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't really stick with me as much anymore.
Well, I know this because it was like a very like controversial thing. Kind of like the musical Lavender Town.
Oh, yeah.
I just really like the fucking Forest Temple music. I
think they just pitch shift the Lavender Town music and they like changed it to a higher pitch or something, so it doesn't sound as creepy.
I don't know, but did you find out about that music?
I'm looking. You can keep talking.
I don't know, anytime somebody talks about like old music in a Nintendo game, I just think of that fucking Kirby music. The trumpets, it's like the main theme for All Stars.
There's a lot of reoccurring Kirby songs in Kirby games. But
It just sounds like so much like a lot of the Zelda music.
I've never noticed that.
They changed it because it was a Muslim chanting.
Oh God. Oh no.
Oh no.
Say if you went to Spyro where all those cat teddy bear things are fucking. Isn't that offensive to fucking Himalayans?
Himalayan monks, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be. I'm sure they don't give a fuck because, like, their whole deal is, who gives a fuck? Be at peace. Oh, and when we get really old, we're gonna go get a rock pushed in front of us inside of like a little hole and just feasts on seeds until we die.
Okay.
You never read that before?
No.
Way back. They probably don't do it anymore, but to reach like Nirvana or some shit like that, they would like there'd be like think of like a mound of like rocks, kind of like a tiny little cave hole, and they would shove a fucking big ass rock in front of it, and you would survive as long as you could by eating like seeds.
Sounds like
shit.
That living Buddha thing.
And it like would fossilize them from the inside out. I was like, wait, what?
I heard about that in like Japanese shit, like the living Buddha, where you'd bury yourself in a box, and they'd put a piece of bamboo like sit down into the box so you could breathe, and they could give you water. They'd tie like a bell to you. You're like pull it. And they just meditated until they died, essentially.
Yeah, fuck that. They did that like with graves in general. Like, oh, we don't know if he's dead or not. Well, we'll keep this bell here, just in case.
They tied it to their toes.
So basically, all you got to do is like hope to God if you do wake up that somebody's fucking around to hear that bell.
Oh yeah.
It's just fuck.
Well, they had gravekeepers at that time because people just dug up graves a lot more often.
Yeah, it's still shit.
Yeah.
But
now
anyway.
they're in giant concrete fucking boxes.
But anyway, Fire Temple talk.
Oh yeah.
I like this temple actually.
I hate that fire maze shit. I hate that fucking firewall thing. That's also a maze.
Up top view, or that what's it called? Is that was
top down?
Top down view, yeah.
I hate it all.
Yeah, I could not, and you can't use your bow normally. You can't fucking look around normally.
That's fucking annoying. And then there's that puzzle where you hit the switch and you're clocked to get to the door on the other side. It's like there's a bunch of pillars around here, and you run through them, and it's just a firewall.
Yeah. The invisible firewalls are such a pain in the ass.
Well, again, the difference between mine and your guys' game, and yours should have been the same way, Mitch.
What?
Like, you don't even get to go up the steps when you walk into the fire temple because it's blocked off by a firewall.
I don't know. Dude, I was pretty much drunk for both these temples.
And, like, you had to, like, light torches to even open a doorway. Like, all the torches were, like, extinguished.
I think I remember doing that, yeah.
Oh, one thing that I wanted to bring up. Whenever fucking Sheik teaches you that fucking song, did you guys have the dramatic ass fucking camera angles? Where it like starts with a close up of them and then it zooms up into the fucking mountains and then it like goes into the lava and then it has another angle and it just like zooms off to the side at the end. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Every time you learn a new song from her, I'm pretty sure it does like angly shit like
No,
that.
that one was the worst. It was like super bad.
Look
like
at this rock. It's epic.
Yeah,
what?
there's literally a shot where it just shows like the side of both of you talking and or playing, and then it just goes up and to like a black rock of the side of the cliff face. It's like, oh, okay, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, all those fucking annoying ass things. And plus, this temple's kind of big. Like, really
It
big.
is.
And then and it's weird because, like, you'll eventually run into that mini boss, that flame dancer thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the most simple fucking boss on the planet. You whip out fucking bomb, immediately throw it into it, it drops it, and you run up and you slash it.
Or you just shot it.
Rinse, repeat.
Shot it.
I threw bombs.
The second time I fought it, when you have the fucking hammer, You just smack the ground, it like knocks it out of its fire form. Then you just fucking beat the shit out of it.
I don't know. In mine, it was like a mini boss rush. Like as soon as I went into one room, it was like the first mini boss,
Yeah.
and then I went into the next room, and it was another mini boss, and then I went into another room, and it was another mini boss.
So I only had to fight the fire dancer twice. The second time, use the hammer, and it was like so fucking ridiculously easy.
Was our puzzle different than his, Matt, for the fire hammer or for the megaton hammer?
It was like in the second room I picked it up. It wasn't even a puzzle.
Yeah, I get the.
We didn't have the old
I beat
flame ring puzzle.
I beat the first fire dancer, I think, and that's when I got the hammer.
Okay, because I remember the original fucking puzzle.
Yeah, that's what I got.
But once again, very drunk when I did this, so I don't remember
Yeah, you had
anything.
to like step on a switch and then run up like a spiral staircase to get the hammer.
Yeah, and you could fall off real easy.
Yeah. I did that perfectly the first time I fucking
Holy
did it.
shit. I remember having so much trouble with that.
I just ran up there. That's like what my biggest problem with this game is like a lot of the difficulty, and the game seems to fucking know it, is that your camera is fucking shit, and like, was it, in that last temple, there's a spot where you have to jump into the middle of the room, change your camera angle so you can jump to the other fucking side. And like,
oh, in the spirit temple.
Yeah, and I'd miss it, and then the fucking, was it Wall Master would fucking grab me and throw me back to the very fucking beginning of the dungeon. But I had more trouble getting the box to open because I had to, like you have to be right in front of it, right in the center. I had more trouble with that than the fucking the time puzzle.
Yeah, after I got that, like I was just on a mission to rescue the Goron Bros, because can't leave our brothers to be food.
Yeah.
I think Gorons are probably my favorite race of people in there.
I fucking saved one from a cage, and I spent 3 hours looking for the fucking key, and I forgot one of them in the cage. I was so fucking pissed.
Do you get anything for rescuing all of them?
Well, I mean, you got to rescue them to get like the keys sometimes.
But I guess you don't have to rescue all of them?
I don't think you have to. I don't think the game will penalize you.
I don't know how it's going to penalize us any more than it already fucking is. It's like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of annoying ass dungeons in Zelda. But this one fucking... Nah, this one doesn't take the cake. Neither does the water temple for me.
This boss is pretty easy.
Oh, Volvagia or whatever?
Volva.
What is it?
Volvo
the car?
Yeah. No, it's Volva.
Volva.
What is it?
Give him
You know what a
girl's name.
Volva is.
Yeah.
Volvagia.
That's what I meant.
Volvagia. You also meet a bunch of new enemies in this.
He's fucking disgusting. He's like pulsing like a worm if you pay attention to his tail.
Yeah, and he whips his hair around whenever he comes out of the hole.
Yeah.
We're not on the boss fight though.
Oh.
Fuck it. Hold on. Like I was gonna say, we find like a bunch of new enemies, like the flame slugs and shit. And fire keys are new, aren't they?
No, they could be in other areas too if you lit them on fire.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Whenever you hurt those the flaming poos, they turn into like the same texture as the Deku tree when it died, like the gray fucking thing.
Yeah, they're all withered and shit.
Yeah, it's like pretty sure the same like graphical texture they use for when the Deku tree dies.
Yeah, it's weird they didn't give them that fire dancing thing a name.
It's fire dancing.
Called fire.
Yeah, that's what I called it.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, I like the door mimics. Those are cool.
Fuck you.
Well, it's called flare dancer, but same thing.
Oh, is it a flare dancer? That's
yeah.
What it's called.
Hold me close now, time to dance.
But anyway, once you get through the dungeon, you gotta fight the boss.
There's
we gotta talk about the epic hammer slap to the pillar, dude.
What about the fucking
Oh,
part where you have to go into that room and it's 2 doors, and if you fall down the hole, you go all the way to the fucking beginning of the fucking dungeon?
that's annoying.
I used, what's her name? Foria's Wind or whatever?
Pharaoh's Wind.
Yeah, Pharaoh's Wind at the top of it, just in case.
It's for roar, guys. Jeez.
Whatever.
Jeez, sorry.
The F word.
Yeah.
The F word wind. I use the F word wind at the top because it's like a nice little way to jump back to spots in the dungeons.
Yeah, it's
I
like
thought
your own
the
personal portal.
Yeah.
I thought the hammer slap to that pillar in that one part of this dungeon was neat as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can break statues and blocks with it now.
Well, whenever you hit that center pillar, that like drops you right into the boss, right in front of the boss door.
Yeah. Which is Volvagia. And pretty sure Darunia runs in that room and before you go in, doesn't he?
He
He
does,
gets killed.
Yeah.
and he gets eaten.
Oh yeah, definitely can see.
It's so weird because he's such a small, thin dragon. It's like his head is definitely not big enough to eat one of the a Goron.
Mike,
And
it's
maybe
magic.
it's like a snake.
Yeah, and he like fucking. You have to have the hammer to do this shit. Like usually, you gotta use your dungeon item.
We play a game of whack-a-mole with him.
Yeah, he comes through and pops up, and you fucking smack him in the face, and he's like ah, and falls down, and you slash him once, and he's like ah, back up again.
Well, when he's in the air flying around, you can shoot him with the bow.
Yeah, you can do that, but I mean, I just waited for him. I didn't even do it.
I
just ran
unloaded
around
on him
the
when he was
square.
flying.
I was almost out of arrows.
I didn't have any trouble with him. I just ran in this little square in between the holes. Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually, like he'll start trying to fake you out in the holes,
Yeah.
and then it'll pop up. Does that hair, if his hair that he whips around, uh, does that hurt you?
It does.
Okay,
Yeah.
I never got hit by it. I was just curious.
He never got to even do the or the fake out stage. Like I hit him once with the hammer, slashed him. He flew up in the air, and I like unloaded 50 arrows on him.
He did his fake out thing to me once for the last hit. I fucking just smashed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's cool how his head falls off and it dissolves into the hard container.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, and he also drops boulders on your fucking head.
He
Like a
does.
douchebag.
That can be an annoying thing.
It's they seem to spawn where his head is, because whenever he's going back into a hole, the rocks will just keep falling down on that hole.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that
can
is
also hang off the side of the platform too, and the rocks won't hit you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's annoying.
I just locked onto him and kept out of reach.
Yeah. But anyway, once you beat him, you get your heart container, jump up in that light portal, and then you're back in the sage place where Daruni is like, I am the sage of fire. Here's the fire medallion.
Like, hey, brother,
They
He
should
also
have
says
this.
you become a real man.
we should eat some rocks together, brother.
Yeah, he does say that too, doesn't he? That's what they all get all like that in Breath of the Wild. Brother.
Hello, brother.
Oh, fuck, they try to hug you to death in this game in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
It's like a little cutscene.
They're just like
They
happy rock potatoes.
They walk at you like zombies. Their fucking cycle is so weird to me. So they just put their arms straight out and like lumber forward.
Yeah.
Like really weird bouncy way.
But yeah, it is presumed that he died fighting Volvagia because you don't see him again until after that. So that dude dead.
He got eaten.
He's got the same hair as that the villain in Reboot.
The what?
Villain in Reboot, if you know what that show is.
No.
It's like an old CGI show or
that was a
3D
good
animation.
show.
Yeah. What's the villain's name? He was like some
Gigabyte?
virus. Yeah. He has like Gigabyte's hair. It just goes like straight back and then points up.
Yeah. But this is where we're going to stop on Ocarina of Time playthrough. We can still talk though. Well, I wanted to know, did you guys check out that Dragon Quest Your Story movie yet on Netflix?
Oh god.
It's like straight up all like neat ass CGI, but like uh Dragon Ball Z graphics,
No,
animation. It's like really neat. It's not like I don't know. It's weird how to put it because you don't like CGI stuff, right, Mike?
I
Well,
got
what is that 3D animation thing like Ruby or whatever? I forget like what other shit has it. It all matters. Like a lot of people just get really lazy with it, and they have like no shadowing and like
Oh no, this one's not like that.
weird fucking.
This is like
movements.
beautiful, but it's
Speaking of
just like
Quest, Mitch, I got a bunch of Dragon Quest games we'll have to play.
yeah. How are we gonna do that?
I don't know yet.
Hmm. I don't know. I'll have to get that Retron 5, get that patch, and buy the games. You're gonna have to get that patch for me though.
I could do it.
Just iron the patch onto it.
But
Yeah,
yeah, on a CDI card or a CD card, SD card. Fuck.
dude, that's how you do it with jackets.
CDI.
Yeah, CDI. Oh god.
You just want to talk about those Zeldas now, don't you?
No,
Yeah,
but
we have
The,
to play those.
the unholy trinity of the games.
So the last one, you get to play as Zelda.
yeah, we're just gonna watch those games for our review if we ever do that. We'll
You don't
watch
want to
that.
drop the money for it?
I don't care about that. I just don't want to play that shit.
Come on.
Oh
You don't want
yeah,
to go
they're
bomb some
terrible.
Dodongos?
Want some dongos? Excuse me, princess.
Like you will die.
We can watch angry video game nerds gameplays.
That
It
sounds
doesn't
like
fucking work. It just doesn't fucking work. But Mike did just remind me that we've been recording for quite some time, so we're probably at time.
Remember what time we are, or see what time we're.
I can't because it doesn't show me.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah, but this is a safe note to end on anyway. Next time we'll be covering the Water Temple and the House of the Dead Shadow Temple. The one after that, we'll just fucking wrap it up with the Spirit Temple and Ganon's Castle. Oh yeah, Ice Cavern as well with the Water Temple and the Shadow Temple.
Beneath the well for the Shadow Temple.
I did that already,
Yeah.
though, so.
You didn't beat the thingies though.
I couldn't find the rest of it.
It's because you have to be Adult Link.
Oh dear.
I think.
No, you gotta be Child Link to go through the Beneath the Well.
That's what I thought.
Well, then how come you didn't get through it all the way?
I don't know, because I can't find much else besides what is it, Dead Hand and the Truth Lens of Falsehoods.
Yeah. No. But alright guys. Tired Couch Podcast, Apple iTunes, 5-star review, rate us a good review, Spotify, Google us. We're on Outtail. Found that out. Didn't know that.
I like that out.
Join our Facebook group, Tired Couch Podcast group. I'm Mitch. That's Mike.
Hello.
And there's Matt.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.